Everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Neha. I make video on tech and my life in the UK. In today's video, we are gonna learn about a new hook which is useDeferredValue. We will start with the theory and then we will move towards the coding part. Before I start this video, I would like to share one news. I hope everyone is already aware of it, that React has finally released the stable React 19 version. This was in the news from past few months, which for all the good reasons, and finally it is stable and ready to use. I have already made a detailed video on version 19 of React a few months ago. Also wrote a blog on free code camp. I will leave the link of all these video and blog in the description box so you can read them or watch them when you get time. As well as I have a GitHub repo of all the React 19 examples. You can play around with that. If you find any issue or you want to add something, please feel free to log a issue or create a PR. Now with this, let's start today's video. And for this, we will head towards our official documentation of React. The definition of useDeferredValue is a React hook that lets you defer updating a part of the UI. What it means? It means that it will let you delay updating a part of the UI. So defer means delaying. So it gives the power to the developer to delay the update part of the UI. Now, if you are thinking why would anyone will do this, because this could lead to performance issue, then actually it is very helpful and it will help you in improving the performance of your application. When you are working with ReactJS, you are working with multiple states, you are doing calculations with data which is too heavy, then this hook is gonna help you a lot. As well as if you will look at the usage here, showing stale content while fresh content is loading, indicating the content is stale, deferring re-rendering for a part of the UI. These are also the use cases. So basically what it means it is giving a lot of power to the developers to help user to know that a stale content is there while the fresh is coming. You can defer a re-rendering a part of the UI. Basically you can you can delay the re-rendering a part of the UI, and the moreover is you can keep the screen interactive so that your users will get to know that there is something happening behind the scene. Now, how the syntax look like? So the syntax is straightforward, where it accepts two items out of that. One is optional. Question mark means optional, which is initial value. What you can do is whichever whichever part of the UI you want to defer, you can take the state of that and do the defer that. You can defer that. So this value is basically the value or a query on the basis of which you want to delay the part of your UI. We are going to look into the code example to understand it much better. So useDeferredValue in short helps you in delaying the updating of part of the UI. Why would we like to do it? The reason is basically we want to improve our component performance or our application performance, as well as we want to tell our users that if there is a stale content or if we want to delay the re-rendering a part of the UI. These are the most common examples as per the documentation they have. So let's go to the code where I have built this example. We have 3 buttons: sort by name, sort by price, and descending ascending. These are actually 10,000 items. If I will increase to 1 lakh, my browser is crashing. But what is gonna happen is when I click on this, what is happening is while I'm clicking, the new data is coming. There is a delay, first thing. And while I'm doing this, I'm not able to, until the new data is coming, I'm not able to click the rest of the buttons. So there are 2 things. The first thing is when I'm clicking, the new data is loading, but at that time old data is still on the screen. So with useDeferredValue, I can show the user that right now there is a old data and the new data is coming. This is the first thing. Second thing is when I am clicking on one button and trying to click on the other button, there is actually unresponsiveness. useDeferred actually help us there also, because we are delaying our update of the UI and when the state is getting changed, we are telling just wait to return the updated or re-render UI. So as a result, what will happen, the rest of our UI will be responsive. So there are two problems which useDeferred is solving. So let's fix this problem by using useDeferredValue. So the first thing we need to do is import useDeferredValue, which I have already done. Now in this, sort by price and sort by order, which is descending ascending, these are the two values which I want to defer. Now how we can do it? So once we are clicking on this button, what is happening is I'm getting them on sort by and sort by order. So these are the two values which I will be using, so that when I'm clicking on it, the first thing is there should be a delay in updating the UI. How that will happen? Because these two values will go to my filtration. It will filter my items, and it is responsible for re-rendering new UI. So what I will do is all I need to do is just use deferred sort by, pass these value, and here these sorted items are basically the updated list. So all I need to do is just change this here. Okay, now once this is done, now what we need to do is we need to also tell the user that there is a stale UI on the screen. So how we can do that? For that, this is a simple thing. We can just use our CSS magic here. So for that, all we need to do is we need to just use opacity. So we will check if sort by is not equal to deferred sort by, or if sort order is not equal to, actually I did opposite. No, okay. Sort order, then what it should do? It should change the opacity, otherwise it should keep it same. So this is what I will be checking, and then I will add a transition just to add few good just to add few effect. I will say when the opacity is changing, do it for 2 seconds. So let's go back, refresh it. Now when I will click on sort by price and descending, you can see both are interactive, and now you can focus on this list. You can see the color is changing. Basically it is telling the user that this is a stale data, now the new data came. So what useDeferredValue is doing, it is solving two problems here. The first, it is keeping these buttons interactive. I can still interact with these while the data is getting updated, because we are delaying the UI update. As well as by using that opacity, we are able to also show our user that there is a stale data on our screens. Right now the new data is coming. Now even if this is not clear to you, let's try to understand with the diagram. So what is happening is when I click on sort by, it will update the state. So sort by is our state, use state. It will get updated at that moment. But now after this, what will happen is the sort by work is to go and update the filter data. So what we will do is we will use useDeferred here to delay this part, to delay the propagation of this. So what will happen is sort by state is got updated, but when it is going to the filter list to filter the data on the basis of what's the value of sort by, it will get delayed. And as a result, what will happen, that filter the new UI basis on the filter will also get delayed. So your whole UI will be get delay for some time. Now while this all is happening, and if I will click on sort by or sort by order, so what will happen is, let me just do this. So when I click on sort by, state got updated and this deferred is happening. But meanwhile, I also click on sort by order. So what will happen? This will again run. So now what will happen is it will take this sort by order, update it immediately. For filtration, it will use deferred, and it will take time. It will delay the UI update. So this is how the cycle runs. So what is happening is here the use deferred or the delay work is happening. Now let's go back to the documentation, because there are few things you should understand. First thing is this one, which is very important. useDeferredValue does not by itself prevent extra network requests. So please do not think that it is gonna prevent extra network requests. This is not gonna happen. The background, now the last one, the background re-render caused by useDeferredValue does not fire effects until it is committed to the screen. If the background re-render suspends, its effect will run after the data loads and the UI update. This is very important to understand, because the background re-render which is happening because of useDeferredValue, because now here is a series of event that when the sort by updated, your filtration is getting your delay is happening for the filter items, and then your UI is happening. Once that is done, then the effects will run. Before that, your effects are not gonna run. So this is obvious, but anyhow it is good to know also. If the background re-render suspended, its effect will run after the data loads and the UI updates. So now again, if sort by, while this is happening, I click on sort by orders. So sort by re-render, the background re-render will stop, the new one will start happening, and the effects will run after the data loads and the UI updates. Again, it will happen at the end. So please remember this part also. Yeah, I think these are the most important thing you should be aware of. And these are the same examples which they have mentioned here, indicating that the content is stale, deferring re-rendering for a part of UI. So you can check this examples when you have time, but overall this is your use deferred value. It lets you defer updating a part of the UI. It helps in performance, it helps in UX experience, but it is different from use transition. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any question, any doubt, please let me know in the comment section, and I would request you, please share in your network, and this is gonna help me a lot. Thank you for watching.